I want to welcome you to Golden Rule Media Entertainment. I am your host, Yaya Diamond. What's up, peoples? How you doing? It is a great day. And let me tell you something. I have an amazing guest on the show today. I am so thankful we finally got him on the show. It has been just a moment of just trying to, communicate. We've both been busy, and that's a good thing. It's a really good thing. So I'm going to make sure I say this right, and I hope that he corrects me if I am wrong, but it's Boss Comac.
Yes. Yeah, it's actually Boss Comac Cavelli.
Hi, Boss Comac Cavelli. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing blessed. Guess got so many different projects I'm working on. So, but it's good to be working on something.
I hear that. I hear that. It is good to be working on something. It's good to be alive to working on something.
Exactly.
Definitely. So tell us about yourself. How did you get in the music industry?
Well, one of the things I got in the music industry, but I actually got into writing songs and whatnot when my auntie, I used to see her writing different stuff, and I was saying, "What is it you're writing?" Because I used to sneak and read it, and I used to think she was writing to herself. I thought she was crazy as hell. But she told me what she was doing, and she started with the poems, and she started with she was like in Tina Marie, and I like Rick James, so I could kind of identify with Ebony Eyes and all that stuff. I could hit those notes when I wanted to. But that majorly made me influenced to do it. And when I got a chance to talk with DOC, I was in the 6th grade at that time. And he told me that I couldn't be a part of NWA, but he told me that I could keep up the good work and keep on doing what I'm doing. And when he lost his voice like a few weeks later, and I was, like I said, I was that young, it was a bit of an eye-opener to me, and I felt that I was going to keep on doing my music for DOC. As a child, I was thinking that. So I just kept on and kept on, so.
Oh, that's so cool. Sometimes things just happen, and it's just no control of it. I mean, okay, so did you really want to be in the music industry, or was it just curiosity that killed the cat, per se?
No, I was actually running from the music industry. Yeah, I mean, it's like, when I went to college, I went to LEMOYNE in Memphis, Tennessee. I got the blessing to have my own section in The Magician. The paper is called The Magician, LEMOYNE. And my section was called Planet Comac. And so I would try to get away from the music industry because my aunt would always say, "You hang out with them people, 3 6 Mafia, and they come over to house and yada, yada, yada." And I was like trying to make her happy. And I was sticking to my major's visual arts, and my minor journalism. And I would just interview them. I would interview Outkast when they came to Memphis, the Southern Heritage Classic. I would interview them, Goody Mob, Scarface, and stuff like that. And I was just trying to be on the outskirts of it. And I never wanted to get into it to make her mad. And so I came up with the idea and the mindset that I'm just gonna go on and do it. And so in my section of newspaper, I would talk about different things, and that's why I had ended up having that section. But now I have Planet Comac as a channel on YouTube, and so I'm talking with actually I'm not talking. I'm actually putting it together for Comcast in Memphis. Miss Tina Tilton, she gave me the opportunity and the blessing to start airing the Memphis Icons, my show that's on Planet Comac. They're gonna air it for how many different things we agree on and how many of the contract agree on, how many intervals, months, and stuff like that. And I'm thinking about having 3 different shows on 2 different weekends. I'm not sure how it's gonna work out, but I'm pretty sure that you guys will get a chance to take a peek at that. But I have like a taste testing show. I have in which I go to play different places and taste the chicken or taste their food, taste of whatever they got. And they with that, I have a couple guys that's chefs, and I would go to their restaurants and test their food. Also, with the countdown with the Memphis Icon, I also got the worldwide icon. So I would talk about other artists that's outside of Memphis. And so that would just give me the leeway to not just have a esoterical, but have an exoterical. I would be able to talk about the outskirts of Memphis as well. So, so I still got that in me.
Huh?
I still got interviewing and doing the journalism in me. So it's like interviewing me is like weird because I'm used to interviewing people.
I know how you feel. I know how you feel. Are you still doing it though? I mean, I know you said it's still in you, but are you still doing it? Are you participating in it? Are you still, or is it just music now?
No, I'm doing it all. I'm doing all the stuff by myself. I mean, it would be nice if I could wait on people, but I don't have that luxury. You know, you never know what tomorrow may bring. A couple people was supposed to do my videos and stuff, but they were taking too long. So I ended up coming in contact with a guy who was Kobe Bryant's personal photographer, which my name is Kobe, but his personal photographer did a great job. And he's gonna do some filming with my movie coming up called One Brick and the 144,000. I have a movie about the chosen ones also. So I'm working on that. And it's in me because it can't go anywhere. I don't really get any sleep. It's like I'm a prisoner to my own talent. You know what I'm saying? I hardly get no sleep. I stay up. I'm constantly trying to perfect this and do this right. And I just gotta keep on just doing what I'm doing because I'm completing some things, you know. At first I wasn't completing some things and now it's just a breeze. I can actually make an episode within the day. My editing process probably be 2 or 3 days. It just depends on what I do my research on. I try to do more research now versus just hurry up and doing things. I want to make sure I got good structure with the topics and make sure that people can relate to the things I have to say.
That's good, man. That's good. You know, so you're doing everything by yourself. That's a lot. That is truly a lot. I mean, so how do you balance that? I mean, I know you say you really don't sleep too much, which isn't always good because I mean, if I don't sleep too much, I can't really think very clearly the next day. So how do you do that? How do you balance that?
Well, for one thing that I know that if I have something important to do, I would go to sleep. Whether 92 elements or I check out sometimes stressifies he stresses drinking more water but getting more sleep because when you sleep that's the time your body heals, that's the time your melatonin start getting together, everything start getting together, so when you get up the next day you can be able to perform the way you're supposed to. And so I make sure I get that sleep. So I got some sleep last night, but I just balanced it out, you know. I have a schedule in which I got Google Assistant helping me. um I have like 2 hours that I deal with the editing process for the show, for the channel, for what, you know, everything that deals with, um, you know, uh, broadcasting basically. Everything that deals with that, that's put to the side for like 2 hours. Then I go 2 hours with the music. Then I go back and forth, you know what I'm saying? And so I complete it with 12 hours in a day. That's how my schedule is. But it tends to supersede those 12 hours. And sometimes it goes to 20 hours.
Wow. Wow. And I know how you feel about that one because it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. It's like, oh, I gotta go to bed. Because you can't really think if you don't get enough sleep, like you said, you know, and you got to get that sleep so that you can perform the next day. So, all right. So, musically speaking, okay. So, we know that you're doing this, you're doing the movie, you're doing the radio, you're doing the music, you're doing everything. I'm just kind of curious as to what about family?
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. It's something that I come to realize that is I've become actually a slave to my talent, but I love it. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I'm just doing something that's to help people. But as far as family, some don't get it, and then mainly most of my family's dead. You know what I'm saying? My mom's dead, my dad's dead. My dad just passed away in August
Sorry to
on
hear
my
that.
daughter's birthday. It's terrible. And
Mm.
but I just I don't really have too much of a family. You know what I'm saying? The family I do got, they know I'm focusing on this right here. And if I try to have like a relationship with someone, so a lot of times it don't work out. And I can just predict certain times because once I get trapped into in my zone, once I'm gone zone, and that's what the tattoo represents, is it represents gone zoning. That means tunnel vision. The tattoo I have right here on my
Mhm.
you might see some of my videos or whatnot. But it has tunnel vision, and I try to focus mainly, and it messes up a lot of relationships.
Hmm. Wow. Wow.
Uh,
I mean, do you see yourself going full force for the rest of your life or only for a specific amount of time?
Well, I put like this, like when I was young, I was I've been doing music or just writing period ever since I was young. But as far as this right here, I gave it my all, but then when I turned 17, 18, the money I was needing money. You know what I'm saying? My dad, he got, addicted to chemical substances or whatever, and he had left. So I had to deal with my mom. So she had to raise me as a single parent. And it just stuck with me. It stuck with me and it left because I had to have my own. So I say for about 15 years though, I was off and on with the music. But for the past 3 years, I've been going hard at it. You know what I'm saying? I just really been at it, and I've been getting more or feeling more accomplished with this time around versus when I was younger and I did the music. Because when I did it when I was younger, it just didn't stick or stay.
Mm, I hear you. I hear you. I mean, we get dedicated. We get smarter. I mean, what do you know now that you didn't know then that makes that big difference?
I know now that life is short. I know, life period is nothing to play with. I learned in a very miraculous but very terrible way that don't play with God. I mean, my higher power source, because everybody doesn't have the same type of thought that I have dealing with the Most High. But I know that I put my faith in the Most High, I put my faith in myself, but not to let myself give up. You know what I'm saying? That's what I know now. I know to stay away from trouble. I know that, but so easy to get into. So the main thing I do, I just be in the house creating. And if I go out, do what I gotta do, and come back in.
I hear you. I hear you. Wow. Wow. So let's go into your music. Okay. Wait, no. First of all, I wanted to talk about your movie before we go into the music. I want to talk about your movie. So, okay. So did you write the movie? How did this come about? I mean, details.
Well, I put it like this. The movie One Brick is based off one of my songs, one of my first singles I came out with called One Brick. And people will think of it as a drug rap, you know what I'm saying? And which it kind of is a drug rap, but I also always have dual meanings to whatever I do. You know what I'm saying? Because it's always a yin and yang. It's always agreeable and disagreeable, North Pole, South Pole. It's always those different things. So I always have that also incorporate that in my music. And it's not one brick basically. It's giving you what you want to hear, not just you. It's giving the main audience. It's giving them what they want to hear, so they can learn to want what I have to let them hear. It's talking about trusting the process. You know what I'm saying? It talks about taking everything one step at a time and having a certain pace with it. Because I say one brick makes 2 bricks, makes 3 bricks, 4 bricks, makes 5 bricks. But the person will say, well, he must have came up. He's doubling his money. No, it's about take 1 step, take 2 steps. And it's a saying that I had saw the same day that I was filming the video. And it was the same that I've been going over my cousin's house for over 2 years up here in California. And the thing about it was I never looked at this wall. I never looked at this picture or nothing. But this day, I looked up at it. And when I looked up at it, it had Nipsey Hussle on it. And so, and it was called, it's about building a brick wall. And he said, instead of everybody concentrates on building a brick wall, why don't you concentrate on building 1 brick at a time, and then eventually you will have a brick wall. It's like trusting the process. So I thought that was ironic that went perfectly with my video. So it totally gave the definition of my song to me as I gave it to everybody else. And so it just worked out like that. So I took inserts and I did some filming. The 1 brick process, basically in depth in the story. My father is one of the main inspirations of the movie. And he taught me a lot in life, and he taught me, unfortunately, but I thank him for it. So he taught me how to sell drugs. You know what I'm saying? And then feel bad about that because at the time I needed to sell drugs. Now I don't do that, but at the time I needed to, it helped me. It helped me put food on the table. It helped me feed my uncle that was schizophrenic. We had to help him out. We had to bathe him and all that stuff. And there was a lot of stuff that we was needing to do. And it just basically helped me out. It helped me learn to not go certain places and leave people alone. Basically nowadays, not everybody, but everybody, a lot of people are like insane or something, you know? So it just teaches me, it taught me to stay away, but it also taught me to not do it. So it's like going to jail and all that stuff is something I never wanted my son to see. So I got away from it, you know what I'm saying? And I thought it was just a good teaching method. You know, everybody have their own schools of thought. Like, you know, whatever you go to University of Memphis or you go to UCLA, those different schools might be, one might be a liberal arts and one might be something else, but they have, you know, their own schools. And so that was just a school, and I'm making the movie about that one particular school that I went through.
Mm. A lot of people don't realize what you're going through at that time. They don't realize that sometimes you have no other choice. And the the choices that you do have are far few and in between. And so you got to do what you got to do, you know. And
Right.
sometimes those choices can lead you into a bad situation, and sometimes you can come out of that situation unscathed.
I'm gonna tell you
So
something.
yeah,
That is it's something that we don't see. Of course, it
right.
is. A lot, you know, people say ghosts, whatever, but it's a meaning behind or a reason behind everything one individual goes through. You know what I'm saying? One person you might meet them and then you see this is a beautiful woman. She's great, but she probably was a prostitute, and she probably did whatever she had to do to get through school or take care of her kids and all that. But now you see her, you see a career woman, a business woman. You never know what people have went through,
Yeah,
you know, until you open the book. You know what I'm saying?
definitely. Definitely.
I think
Definitely.
that's a major key note that you was just basically saying, because you gotta just give everything your all when it comes back to you. Like now, it's like I had to go through some different transitions in life, and my son, he plays football. He's in the Navy, and my daughter, she's getting a master's. So my children are educated and getting their education. I didn't want to raise what I saw. I wanted to raise something better than that. You know what I'm saying? So I thank God for my son, Jacoby Rice, and my daughter, Jacoria Rice. But I just think that you just gotta just take away that negativity and try to make your positive your positive.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And you're positive. Okay, so let's get into the music.
Right, right. Okay.
So tell me about that.
The music actually I have a cousin of mine named Big Ro. Shout out to him, Mad Music in Memphis, Tennessee, North Memphis. He does a very excellent and good job with my mixing and mastering. Another guy named Julian, he's a good guy, but when I go in there, it's basically I got to feel the producer. I got to see if he's doing right. So if it's another producer like Alma Jones Studios out here in Hollywood, California, Kool-Aid Productions, I go to those people and they know me and know my personality, so they know what to give me. And it's interesting because I'm on the West Coast, and you know, West Coast got their own thing, is nothing can take that away. So I have different songs in which I already knew about the style of the West Coast, but I put some extra oomph into it. How can I say it? And
Mm,
it's coming out so great. So I want to let you guys know that that's gonna be something to look forward to. I got this song called "The Spaceman." And the Spaceman, I'm making a movie to that. That's the theme song to the movie. I'll tell you about the 144,000. You know what I'm saying? That song right there basically is talking about an individual. You know what I'm saying? He's been saying, "My God is King." So people don't understand when they look at me. They say, "This dude, is he a thug or what is he? A drug dealer?" What? You know, they don't understand what, you know, the Most High do for me. You know what I'm saying? And I talk about that in most of my music. You know, mainly, almost not all, but almost all. But people want to call it gospel rap because I'm gonna tell the story just like it is. I'm gonna tell them what I went through. I'm gonna tell them, you know, what he went through, she went through, what I see, what I feel. You know, and I think it comes from me having that education with my minor being journalism, I'm able to, talk and expedite on certain things.
Nice, nice. So, okay, so the main thing is that you are really focused on your music, you're focused on your movies, you're focused on your persona and your brand.
Yeah.
I mean, all in all, where do you see yourself in like 2 years?
Well, if which I totally believe in myself. I believe in my purpose and my reason in my music and mission. I believe I should be somewhere up there somewhere. Somewhere like this level here, you go up, like I said, 1 brick, 2 brick, 1 step. I feel my steps should be the penthouse. You know what I'm saying? This should be, yeah, because if all the stuff that I have, the content that I have, the different information, because it's not just one different topic I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's all different things. I got a dating show that I'm putting together. So there's no limit to where I'm going. It's just no limit to it. I just want to be appreciated for what I feel I gotta put out. A lot of stuff I do and write, I be doing, I'm about to cry, you know what I'm saying? Because it's how I feel now. Everything I do is so much emotional intake, but also knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. That's basically.
Wow. Wow. And I agree with you. I mean, if you're really focused and you're really going hard for it, in 2 years, you should be pow. You should be. And I hope you are. I really, truly hope you are. I know it's not an easy road. What kind of advice do you give to people who, are going down this road and and maybe they're discouraged or maybe they just don't see themselves pow in 2 years?
Well, I mean, you can just look at my story, you know what I'm saying? People take it hard on themselves, Some people want to kill themselves, you know what I'm saying? Some people, and matter of fact, in Spaceman, I talk about that. I said I once contemplated suicide because I couldn't get it right, game tight, but it's demons that I fight at night. So sincere about the things I said, but somehow I kept falling down and was like bumping my head. But all I had to do was let go. You know what I'm saying? Just just let myself know that it's gonna be all right. Get up, try again, and don't just not to give up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's something inside of you that you have to get out. Your message, it don't matter if you just were meant to get out somebody's jingle for a hamburger commercial. I don't know. But whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, just never give up on it. Always make sure you put your best foot forward. You know what I'm saying? You can't be perfect, but just try to do your best. I got a performance in Atlanta next month, and I've been doing my exercises. Everything I do now out here, it's cool, it's all right. I feel like I should take everything for value for everywhere. But when I go somewhere else, I feel like I got to get on my all. But if I fail, I can't be mean and mad at myself. Like when I went to Texas, I went there to perform, and something strange happened. The DJ couldn't play some of the artists USB and all this other stuff, and I had everything I had. Okay, but I have it on Gmail. It didn't go right because he couldn't do nothing else on the system he had. I couldn't go USB, I couldn't do Gmail, so it was terrible. But I had stuff on YouTube. I had videos and stuff on YouTube, so I was able to perform off the music, off my video on YouTube. I like that was so terrible. But a person that's dealing with being sad or saying hard on themselves or whatever, some people might try to attempt, hurt themselves or whatever. But I just stood there strong. I did my best. I just smiled. And one of the good execs, Mr. Michael Neely, he said, "What type of genre is that?" And so on. So, and I just smiled and I gave him, this is basically my experience. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate him for doing that because it challenged me to make sure that I'm sure about what I'm doing. So just don't give up.
I got you. I got you. And with that said, we have a song that we're going to be playing at the end called LOVE. And I want you to explain that. But before we do, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We're going to have all of Boss Comac Cavelli's information and links in the description box below so that it'll be easy for you guys to go ahead and grab that. So I'm going to have him go ahead and spell well, I spelled it LOVE, but explain what that song is and introduce it to you guys, to the world.
LOVE is basically love, of course, but it's basically talking about your family. You know, everybody that you love can get you in a situation. You know, I love my guys, I love everybody, but if they're not doing what they have to do, I have to still do what I have to do. You know what I'm saying? You know, love can just, you know, it can make you or break. You know what I'm saying? Just try not to love too hard. You know, just like the LOVE, just like, you know, Boss Comac, I feel that my name, Boss Comac, means love. Because every time I meet somebody or see somebody, I'm saying love. But as I leave them, love, or, you know, because I want to bring peace. I want to, you know what I'm saying? Although things could get rocky and rolling, you know, it can go down, but I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I'm Boss Comac. My mother nicknamed me Comac. And Cavelli just came out when I was trying to just switch my name up, and I did some school work. And this was before 1996. This was before Pac had passed away, was talking about Machiavelli. So I already had that, and it was in tune with the guy. So I just used it. So with Boss Comac Cavelli, here goes love.
Yeah, Comac the Great up in this motherfucker. What's going on to the whole world? You know what I'm talking about? The whole world don't understand something. You gotta cherish every day you here. I love all my niggas, you know what I'm talking about? But we gotta try to be providers and do what we gotta do. I know you done heard that shit before, but this shit real, dog. You know what I'm saying? Every day ain't guaranteed to you. You know what I'm talking about? But I got a little story I wanna tell you from my heart, yeah. I love my niggas, all my niggas, everybody in the world, on every planet, niggas talk shit. Fuck that pearl, fuck that dope, fuck that weed, I'm talking real talk. You gotta do your thing in line, on a straight walk, straight path. I know you gotta do the math, and it's hard when you wake up every day and you're sad. Got no money in your pocket, plus your mama hoeing on the corner. See, I know niggas do that shit, niggas know I ain't going. I know my mama, everybody been through cold things, but you gotta ease the strain on your brain, man. See, my family, we some real gangsters, and I know plenty other families, real gangsters. Niggas gotta give thanks to the Lord up in the sky who hover in this spaceship. Niggas can't trip, you talk shit, unload your clip. How you gon' have power in the nigga life? God in life, you in the life, you gone. Got that snare in your life, you fuck, so you gotta repent for that. Gonna get about your hustle, man. Fuck that, stack life. You ain't got number one life, dog. So don't do what you gotta do, man. My mama told me a long time ago she was gon' leave. I didn't know she had that trick up her sleeve. God took her all of a sudden magician trick. But you know, I done did my shit and did my dirt. But she was proud before she died. It made me cry the day they told me. I thought they was lying, but it's cool, cause man, I done cold, knock the motherfucker out, rob folks. Niggas know I'm no doubt cold. But see, my mama was scared and she was sick that I was gon' get killed up on these streets like a bitch. But she know she had a soldier, survivor, nigga, a rider. So I went up to New York so I can see what's going on inside myself. But Lord kept me, so I keep my faith. Comac the Great.